Welcome to St. John, U.S. Virgin Islands, known for its beautiful beaches and scuba diving. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love St. John. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to St. John of the U.S. Virgin Islands, population around 5,000. Now just for context, we have a map here. We have circled St. John. Now St. Thomas is to the west of St. John and St. Croix is to the south of St. John. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love St. John. People love St. John because of the Virgin Islands National Park. The main attraction on the island is Virgin Islands National Park, an underrated national park that encompasses 2/3 of the island as well as a vast section of the surrounding water. Within the park there are numerous historic sites, including ancient petroglyphs and ruins of a plantation that were once commonplace throughout the island. Along with the fascinating historical sites, the park is crammed full of gorgeous beaches and epic hiking trails. The National Park Service maintains the trails and beaches throughout the park, keeping them clean and accessible for all visitors. Virgin Islands National Park also hosts several ranger-led programs, including guided hikes, bird watching, and various other options. The park is free to enter. People love St. John because of Trunk Bay. Trunk Bay is one of the most popular beaches on the island due to its picturesque beauty and crystal clear water. The beach consists of fine white sands backed by dense green foliage, making the beach feel like one you would find on a remote desert island. Under the impossibly blue waters, there are magnificent coral reefs and numerous species of aquatic animals, including the leatherback turtle, which gave the area its name. Along the beach, there are a number of things to do with plenty of people renting out kayaks, stand-up paddleboards, and various other equipment, allowing you to venture out further into the water and circumnavigate the rocky outcrops that sit just offshore. For those keen on snorkeling, there is an underwater snorkeling trail that takes you through the coral reef with various informative signs detailing what you are seeing. Trunk Bay is located on the north shore of the island and due to its beauty is a very popular spot during the high season with a daily influx of cruise ship guests choosing to spend the day there. To maintain the natural beauty, there is a small fee to visit the beach. If you're not staying on St. John, don't worry. You can take one of these excursions from St. Thomas and get to see Trunk Bay and the other sites on the island. People love St. John because of Maho Bay Beach. While there's no shortage of beautiful beaches on St. John, Maho Bay Beach offers visitors some of the best snorkeling on the island. While the beach is beautiful, it is important to note that many pictures online of the beach are from before Hurricane Maria caused a lot of damage in 2017. Its natural underwater treasures are the biggest draw. The waters are home to 3 species of turtle, the loggerhead, leatherback, and the endangered green turtle. Along with turtles, there are several species of fish and rays that visit the warm waters, although there is less coral here than on other beaches on the island. If snorkeling is not your jam, there is a kayak rental available on the beach, with the tranquil, clear waters providing a window to view the underwater world beneath. The beach can be reached by car and there is parking available just a short walk from the beach. Maho Bay is not as popular as Trunk Bay, so it's good for escaping some of the high season crowds. People love St. John because of Reef Bay Valley Petroglyphs. In Reef Bay Valley, you will find one of the island's rarest sites, ancient petroglyphs that possibly belong to the Taino people that inhabited the island before European settlers. Carved over 1,000 years ago, it is unknown what purpose they served, although it is most likely a religious area where people connected with their ancestors on a spiritual level. Curiously, the carvings are mostly found carved into rocks just above pools of water, which perfectly reflect the drawings. Along with the enthralling history, the petroglyphs are in one of the most beautiful areas of the island, with a waterfall cascading down into the valley and plenty of green foliage to emphasize the tropical setting. The valley is also home to one of the island's oldest and tallest trees, which create a beautiful shady canopy to escape the Caribbean heat. The Reef Bay Valley Petroglyphs are located close to the end of the Reef Bay hiking trail. People love St. John because of Cinnamon Bay Beach. Honeymoon Bay Beach is the longest beach on the island, which helps dissipate the crowds and offer a more peaceful experience during the high season. The waters are calm and warm, perfect for snorkeling. It is likely that you will see a turtle or two and plenty of fish as you explore beneath the waves. However, one of the more curious animals to visit the beach is the island's deer population. Emerging from the forest in the early morning and late afternoon, it is not uncommon to see the deer enjoying their time on the perfect white sandy beach. You used to be able to camp on Honeymoon Bay, where you had the chance to see the deer, but ever since the hurricane annihilated the island, camping is no longer permitted. To the west of the beach is Little Honeymoon Beach, a secluded little beach that can be reached by a slightly challenging hike that is well worth the reward. Just off the coast of Little Honeymoon Beach is the wreckage of a plane that can easily be snorkeled to. People love St. John because of Reef Bay Sugar Factory. At the very end of Reef Bay Trail are the remains of a sugar factory built at the start of the 19th century. Unlike many of the other buildings related to the sugar plantations on the island, the factory has survived remarkably well and was in use up until the early 20th century. The St. John attraction is now managed by the National Park Service, and there are a number of signs that guide you through the buildings explaining their function and the history of the landmark. Within the main factory buildings, some of the original machines that would have been used during sugar production are still housed. There are also other buildings and dwellings scattered around, but sadly some of these have not fared as well as the main factory building. The factory can only be reached by completing the Reef Bay Trail. The walk to the factory is much easier and passes by the Petroglyphs. People love St. John because of Honeymoon Beach. Spend a day at Honeymoon Beach, one of the island's most idyllic and beautiful beaches. Despite its close proximity to Cruz Bay, the beach feels a little more secluded and can only be reached by a 1-mile-long hike on the Lynn Point Trail. The St. John Beach is now home to some of the few remaining leaning palms that were once commonplace throughout all of the beaches until being destroyed by Hurricane Maria. The beach also has its own amenities, including rental stand-up paddleboards, kayaks, and deck chairs. If you get hungry or thirsty, make sure to check out Bikinis on the Beach Bar and Grill for some island cocktails and great seasonal food. If you are planning to rent out equipment, I recommend purchasing the Honeymoon Beach Day Pass. The Day Pass will give you unlimited rentals of stand-up paddleboards, kayaks, and beach furniture, as well as access to amenities like lockers, restrooms, and showers. People love St. John because of St. John Brewers. Craft beer has become a staple across much of the continental U.S., and its reach has made it to the islands. St. John Brewers is an awesome little craft brewery that has been supplying the islands with thirst-quenching beers for over 2 decades. They offer a great range of beers that play with the tropical flavors that are so abundant on the island. The brewery has its own tap room where you can find a rotating selection of its beer, including core range and more seasonal small batch options. Along with alcoholic drinks, St. John Brewers makes their own sodas. Ginger beer and root beers are perfect non-alcoholic substitutes. For those looking for a little more of an energy kick, the brewery even produces their own energy drink called Green Flash. People love St. John because of Ram Head Trail. When you imagine St. John, you probably solely think of tranquil white sandy beaches where the vibrant sea gently laps. However, hidden along the southeast coast is a more rugged side to the island. Ram Head Trail is the best way to explore the wilder side of things. The 2.3-mile trail leads you around to a rocky head, passing through some of the island's more unique landscapes. The trail starts at Salt Pond Bay, where on one side you have a gorgeous bay where the inviting crystal clear waters will do their best to entice you. People love St. John because of the Elaine Sprauve Museum and Library. The museum and library is one of the oldest buildings on the island and home to a library and museum documenting the island's history. Architecturally, the building stands out with its bright yellow facade accented by white detailing. The home was built in the 18th century, passing through many owners before finding itself abandoned until the late 1970s when it was restored to its former glory and opened to the public. The library is also very interesting, saving a number of records and newspapers from throughout the history of the island and the wider Caribbean. The building is free to enter and can be fully explored within a couple hours. The reasons provided in this video are not all the reasons why people love St. John. If you've got a reason why you love St. John, pop it in the comments section. I'll make another video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Ciao for now!